before I came here. So you could, both maps are good, but the one that's dated up till the 21st is the most current. And the thing that stands out is all these red diamonds here off of near Schönborn. Those are all BFMVs, burglary from motor vehicles. And we got hammered on that. I brought the reports.
Let me guess before you start.
Sure.
How many of them had visible objects on the seat of the car?
Wow.
You know, only one of them looked like he didn't.
Where's Jason?
We had we had cameras taken, iPod, MP3 player. Somebody had their wallet with their driver's license and cash in their,
Oh my God.
and that was
Yeah,
overnight.
that was one of my neighbors. That's across the street from me on Jason Avenue.
Yeah.
Have you been investigating?
But on one of the occurrences, a neighbor saw the suspects, so I wanted to get that out to you guys. I just saw this one today, and it's two males, and they're 15 to 18 years old, and they thought they were white, but it was 4 in the morning, so who knows?
Which house was that? How can you say?
That happened on that was one of the 4 there. It was on Community Street, 23400 Community.
Do you know if these?
And he followed them,
Yeah.
he followed those 2 young boys to their house. So what we heard from him was, he knows the house where those 2 individuals live. Has there any been follow-up on that?
Well, there's no evidence that they live there, but he was following with his headlights on, so they jumped over the first wall they can get to get away from him.
Okay.
I would do the same thing. You know, that's when we chase guys. The first thing they do is hit a fence and start running through backyards. It's harder to chase somebody that runs through a backyard. But they are following up in the neighborhood. But that actual house they went into wasn't their house,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately. But they're not. They're dumb, but they're not that dumb, I guess.
Were,
Well, my neighbors left their car open.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
And it happened about 2 to 3 in the morning.
These are all in the early morning hours.
So they
So,
must be walking up and down the street and checking all the cars, right?
but the fact that they're that young, that does mean that they probably do live in the area. A lot of the guys that we get that operate in cars are older guys working by themselves when it comes to the burglary from the vehicles. Yes.
These 2 burglaries on Rudnick, are they next door neighbors or something? Because you have a green dot and a blue dot. They're kind of superimposed over one another.
Yeah. I have the one burglary on Rudnick on the 9th. Oh, I'm sorry, the 19th. And they went through a side door in a garage. The owner wasn't able to secure it. It doesn't latch.
Okay.
And then the interior door is unlocked as well. The other 2, I haven't got the copies of those yet. Those happened within the last few days.
oh, when you look at the 2 maps, the diamonds are all in the same area, but the dates overlap on the maps.
Yes, they do cover. Yeah, if you notice, the map does have an overlaying sequence. Do you want to know the dates when those BFMBs happened? Is that what you're curious about?
There are 4 on one of them, and there are 4 on the other, but they're
Those are the same occurrences. Yeah, those are the
all
same.
4 of them are the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Same block, so
yeah, they were all in the same block.
They were the same occurrences. There weren't 8 occurrences.
There weren't 8, there were 4. Yeah.
right.
The car burglaries, do they break the window or just was the vehicles open?
Let me tell you.
They were open.
One was unlocked vehicle. That would be a theft from motor vehicle.
Can you comment on the sex crime?
I will try to in a second. The second one here was unlocked vehicle. Third one is an unlocked vehicle. And the fourth one's an unlocked vehicle.
Oh my God.
They deserve it.
Not only unlocked, but they had visible.
The
Oh my
Which is,
God.
what are people stupid about?
we had one on Faust also. You can see on the more current map over on Faust than the other diamond. That was a window smash. They broke the window out on that one.
Where?
But that, there was a purse in plain view, so I don't think they would have smashed that window if
The blue and
they
the
hadn't
green
seen
dot
the
is
purse.
not
Oh, I see. When was that one?
That was on the 10th.
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't hear about it. That's in my blog.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have anything on an incident on, yesterday, Community Street and Hillary, where they were handcuffing 2 individuals at 11 a.m.?
No.
Do you know,
Sorry. We handcuff a lot of people.
Do you really?
Yeah.
what can you tell us about a burglary last week on Hamlin, down by, Van Owen Way, Van Owen and...
Oh, I don't have that. That's
Yes, Sam's there.
yeah. The Monday meetings we do the all of West Hills. This meeting is everything north of Roscoe, so I only brought the reports for the north of Roscoe community.
Okay.
This is the old Devonshire holdouts here before we took over this area.
So do you have any information, you have no information
I-
about south of Roscoe?
I didn't bring any of it with me.
Okay.
I'm responsible for Sherman Way North.
Okay, Sherman Way,
right, I
yeah.
thought so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this meeting we gear it towards everybody who lives north of Roscoe. This is even more of a specific neighborhood meeting here. This is something Bob started a while ago, and this is how we roll here.
Okay.
That's why we hold it here at this station too.
12 years ago.
I thought she was one-stop shop.
You know, I don't know about the sex crime. We've had 2 occurrences of a child annoying. Without getting too much detail, there was one off of well, this is too soon to be. I wish it was. But near the school on Capistrano, the elementary school, there's a 45-year-old male Hispanic who's asking girls to come out and help him find his Chihuahua.
Oh.
That happened near Capistrano. And then there was another occurrence yesterday at a school near Kittredge. I can't place the name of the elementary school down there. But it was same description, same clothing, so it was definitely the same guy. Our detectives are working on it right now. And, I'm sure they'll put out a flyer or alert soon if they get more information.
So this map code goes all the way down to Sherman Way, but
Mhm.
you just don't have the reports.
Yeah, I just didn't bring those.
Okay, gotcha. At least we can see that crime.
Yeah. Bob wanted me to go over the magazine solicitation laws that came into place. The laws are in place to basically it prohibits any future services. So if I could put it in like an example, you know the guys who show up and they got the green cleaner? Have you ever had those guys
Yes.
show up? The
Yeah,
super
they-
green? They're providing a service that they can, or a product they can give you right there on the spot. If they have good ID, a government issued ID, and a permit with the city, then they can solicit to sell that item to you. But if they say, you want to purchase this and we'll send it to you at a later date, and it's a violation. The law prohibits any future sales or services. And that's mainly because of all the scams involved in the magazine sales, where you pay for 2 years subscription and you don't even get 1 issue. It also applies to like the solar guys. Anything where they're going to take your money on the spot and then do the services or products at a later date. And does that make sense? There's a lot more restrictions now. They have to have a permit. Let me read exactly what they have to have here. They got to have a copy of their business tax registration certificate, and that's given to them through the Los Angeles Municipal Code. And they also have to have a valid ID given to them by a government agency, which is none of those guys ever have any of that stuff.
Good. Valid ID meaning a driver's license.
Yeah, like every one of us has in our pockets now, but when they try to get money from you, they have nothing on them. So it's a good. I think they wanted to do a blanket no solicitation to houses period, but they couldn't do that. This is the best they can get.
Keep in mind, it also covers non-scam door-to-door salespeople, such as those that go around after there are 4 burglaries on a block, particularly if any of them are in-house, burglar alarm companies will come
Yeah.
around and try and sell you a system. It's illegal now because it's a service you would pay for in the future.
Yeah. Does everybody understand on this?
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I mean,
You know, it's ADT.
don't matter.
They're the worst.
they're like,
Yep.
they're banking on your fear,
Exactly.
I know it makes clear.
Even if you pay on the spot, and you're not gonna deliver the service, it's illegal.
Yeah, by the letter of the law, that's a violation of this section. If they have ID and they're doing that, they would get what we call a RFC, a release from custody, which is a ticket. If they don't have valid ID, they'd be arrested. Okay, and then I wanted to go over a little bit of identity theft stuff because there's a lot of reports coming up. I don't bother bringing them in there. There's stacks and stacks of reports we get for identity theft.
Did everybody get a copy of it?
I just threw some of this stuff together. This is directly from the government website. And I put the address for the government website right there. It's a really good resource. I mean, I don't like doing this, but anybody here been a victim of identity theft? I know that you were saying you did.
Well, I don't know. I guess so. If somebody got my credit
Yeah,
card.
if anybody stole your credit card number,
Yeah.
probably almost everybody in this room has had that happen to them at some
Right.
point. So a lot of, when that happens, you don't really know what to do. So I put together this flyer, and I am not an author of it. I just kind of cut and paste a bunch of stuff I saw, and kind of a quick guide for you guys. But identity theft is everything from getting credit cards in your name, credit reports. Some people purchase houses using your information, boats, cars. May get arrested under your name, get a ticket under your name, and when you get pulled over for the first time in 20 years and the officer tells you got a warrant, that's kind of a scary time. I put in here the top ways they obtain your identification, and some of it's pretty obvious things we already knew. Dumpster diving, skimming, and we were talking about that before the meeting. I've had that happen to me where they've gotten my credit card account numbers. I used my debit card at a gas station, and some of the gas stations don't have an encrypted reader, and basically those gas pumps act as a relay center. You put your card through it, and it sends your number to the office, and that's how they process your number. So some of these older gas stations or cheaper gas stations don't have an encrypting system, and all those information is just floating around. And some of these thieves can park a car with a reader in the parking lot, and they just obtain those numbers all day long. And that's happened to me twice. And